Greetings, everyone. Please confirm if I'm audible and my screen is visible to you all in the chat box. All right. Thank you. So let's get started. Welcome you all to the information session on GDSC, that is the Google Developer Student Club. And I'm super honored and humbled to present it in front of you because this is the very first time GDSC is going to get started in Rajasthan College of Engineering for Women, Jaipur. And I really hope that we all set a benchmark as a team and leave a legacy for the coming batches who are going to lead it. So let's get started. Firstly, let's talk about the agenda for today's session. The first thing that we are going to talk about is the introduction to GDSC. You all must have heard about the name of GDSC, or maybe you're having a fairly rough idea of what exactly is GDSC. But I think it's very important for us to understand the goals, the vision, and the idea behind running a GDSC, because I believe till the time we understand it, we won't be able to get the full benefit of all the opportunities that we are going to get as a part of GDSC. So we need to understand what exactly that is, what are the benefits we're going to have, and then we can work as a team and make it the best session ever for learning, development, being the best technocrats, and definitely reaching for our goals. The next thing we're going to talk about is the roles and the responsibilities. So we know that there are three pillars of GDSC. The first one is the lead, then we have core members, and then we have community members. And out of them all, the most important one is the community. Because without the community, GDSC would be like nothing. This whole program is just for the community members, for the students to learn, to innovate, to become better technocrats, learn about the technologies, make projects, and so on. So I really believe that we all are going to be super enthusiastic. We're going to work all together with our peers and become the best version of ourselves in this journey. The next thing we're going to talk about is the short and the long-term plans. So our team has decided a few goals that we will be covering in the coming months. Since for this particular session, my team that I have selected, I'll be introducing you to them. They will be the core team members and they will have different designations, and I am going to be your lead. So we have planned several activities like hackathons, webinars on introduction to various technologies, and we have sequenced them according to the best of our understanding. But I would really be happy if you guys give us some reviews or suggestions to improve them, because at the end it's just for you, it's for the community, it's for all of you to participate in it and become the best version of yourself, and hone your skills so that you get the best exposure to different Google technologies, and that will eventually help you in the coming years, because we all are going to end up in the industry, right? So yeah, we have some short-term plans and then we have some long-term plans. So everyone is free to give their suggestions. We will be more than happy to take them from you. The last thing we have is the Q&A session. So in case you all have any sort of doubts or any sort of questions, or even if you have the suggestions, feel free to write them in the chat box. I will be responding to each and every one of them. So just feel free to do that. And yeah, let's get started. All right. So first of all, let's talk about what is GDSC. Now, GDSC in itself is a broad term. GDSC is basically Google Developer Student Clubs, but it has a vision, it has an idea behind it. And it's basically a community group wherein all the students come together to learn, to innovate, and to hone their skills in different technologies. And I believe that is the main essence and the beauty of GDSC as a whole. So yeah, the first most important thing is to remember that the community groups are the pillars of GDSC. Without the community, GDSC would be nothing. And that's why I'm focusing again and again on the point that we all have to be super active in participation in different type of activities, and in hosting different activities, because you can also suggest and help us in hosting different kind of activities. So feel free to do that. The next thing is anyone who is interested in the Google developer technologies. They have a great opportunity to learn about them from GDSC, because this is a Google Developer Student Club. So as you can see it, we'll be basically primarily focusing on the Google Developer technologies. We'll be solving the real world problems using them. We'll be learning about them, implementing them, making projects, participating in hackathons, and a lot of different events. And the best thing is that you do not only get to participate in the events from your community or from your campus, but we can do that for the communities for around the globe. All the GDSC groups from around the globe have their events going on every month, so you can participate in any of them. And there is no restriction. There is like you have to participate in your campus only. So I think that's a great thing, because you will definitely get a lot of exposure. You will get to know where you stand in an open platform. And definitely you're going to be learning a lot of different things, a lot of new stuff that you wouldn't have learned if you were restricted to your own campus. So I think this is the best part of it. Then you will have access to the Google resources for free. This is really amazing, because many times people are not able to learn about things because they do not have access to the perfect technology, perfect courses, and sometimes they perfect exposure. But through this program, you have a golden opportunity to have access to all of them for free. So yes, this is definitely a great thing, and we will be provided with each and every resource, whatever we require to conduct the events. If you guys need anything, you can report to us, and we'll be like reporting it further, so that we can get access to all the facilities, and we can learn with proper zeal, enthusiasm, without any type of problem that could be potentially faced by the students. After that, we have opportunity to learn the skills from the experts. So yeah, this is very important. Usually we are restricted to our teachers, or to our maybe campus, or to a city, but here we will get the opportunity to learn live from different type of professionals from different type of fields, who are experts in different domains and different technologies. And I think that's really great, because they will give us a better insight into what exactly goes on in the industry. So possibly there will be Google experts who will be directly teaching us sometimes, and we will be interacting with different experts from different colleges and different GDSC leads from around the globe. So yeah, it's going to be a fun learning journey for you all. And we'll be able to grow our knowledge in a peer-to-peer learning environment. And that's super beneficial for all of us, because I believe team spirit is something we need to develop early on. When we go in the industry, we will have to work with people in teams. We won't be getting the opportunity to work all alone always. So if we develop this habit of working all together in teams, especially the first year students, it's going to really help you in long run. Because when you all work together on a single code base, you have to have a habit of understanding the code written by someone else, communicate with them, convey your problems, and at the end collaborate to make softwares, and just make something very useful for the community as a whole, and solve the real world problems. So the earlier you get started with it, the better for you, right? So yeah, that's a key point. And then again, you'll be getting exposure to the tech world. That is something I've talked about already. At the end, we'll be building projects and solution for the real world problems, because being software engineers, our primary goal of our whole profession is to solve the real world problems. And I believe if you are able to do that since you are in college, there is nothing that can beat that sort of satisfaction, because you will actually get the opportunity to implement things in different technologies. Google offers different technologies itself, like Android, Flutter, Google Cloud, Google open source. And just for a very small example, we all use Android phones, right? And if you just develop some app that can solve a real world problem that you even might be facing sometimes, and then you can just upload it on the Google Play Store and flaunt it. And you can even sometimes earn money and use it as a startup idea in future. So the possibilities are like, there are a lot of possibilities. And yeah, it's up to you how you use this opportunity, because GDSC is definitely something super great, super important for developing a culture, a learning environment in any campus. Now let's talk about what is the definition of GDSC according to Google. So according to Google, GDSC or the Google Developer Student Club are the community groups for college and university students interested in Google developer technologies, students from all undergraduate and graduate programs with an interest in growing as a developer. That's all. That's what we have talked about. So I really look forward for a great participation, great enthusiasm, great zeal from you guys. And I really hope that you participate in all the upcoming events as much as you can, learn as much as you can, develop things, and implement and innovate your ideas. That is the core essence of having a GDSC in our college. Okay, so let's talk about the benefits of GDSC to the members and the community. Now, GDSC definitely has a lot of perks, as we have already talked about, in terms of learning, in terms of having a great community culture, in terms of getting the opportunities and the resources all for free. But there are some of the other things that we get if we are members. So just talking about them, I would like to introduce you to first perk, that is you'll be getting a certificate. I know that does not really count in front of all the things that I've already talked, but yeah, there will be a graduation ceremony for the leads and the core team members, and possibly you'll be getting certificates if you perform well, if you serve to the community, and all the community members will get perks if they participate in the events. They might even sometimes get awards and prizes depending on upon the sponsors and what are the terms and conditions for that particular event. So yeah, you will also be getting sometimes the swags of from the Google, and yeah, a lot of different stuff. So these are some things that you'll be getting, but I think the most important thing is the learning, right? And that is something you're getting anyways. So yeah. All right. The next thing we all have is working as a team. We all will be getting a great opportunity to work as a team all together. And I believe it's super important for us. I have already talked about it, that when we go in the industry, we're not going to be, writing a code all alone. There are thousands of developers from across the globe who work on a specific software. Right. For example, we have Google Meet. Then there is not a single person who is going to develop it, right? There are thousands of people who are going to work on it and contribute to the code base, implement specific features, and then there are bugs, they just debug the code. And for all of that, you really need to have a practice of working as a team. You really need to have a practice of collaborating and understanding the code that is written by someone else. Now, where do you get it from? Because if, say, you get in the industry and for the very first time you're hit with this harsh reality, then what are you going to do, right? So it's really important for us to develop this also as a skill set, right? And this can only be done when we have the right exposure to the right opportunities, and we have the opportunity to connect with different people from around the globe, work with them, collaborate with them, innovate with them, and work on the code basis. This is something you'll be getting through the GDSC, and we will be working as a team. We will be having virtual hackathons probably, because since the COVID-19 scenario, there will be hackathons in the coming future. And through virtual hackathons, you can connect with anyone from any campus, and you can form the teams, you can implement projects, solve the real world problems, and yes, you can also win. So the roles and responsibilities, I would like to introduce you to the core team members. And firstly, I am Srishti Guleria. I will be the GDSC lead. I look forward to serving you guys as a great community. I look forward to bringing in front of you the different programs, the different events and webinars, definitely, so that you can learn, so that you can innovate and implement different technologies and become the best technocrats and just flourish your passion. Right. This is something that I wish for, and I am going to work as hard as I can to make this come true so that we leave a legacy for the coming batches, because this is the very first time we're having GDSC in our college, and it is something that I'm super proud of. I am super humbled for this opportunity by GDSC for selecting me as a lead. So I'm not going to waste it at all, and I just really hope that you also take full advantage of this opportunity, learn, develop, implement, and become the best technocrats. Then we have Aparna Sinha. She will be the core team member. She is from second year. We have Ananya Nair. She will be the developer relations. She will be handling them, and she's also in second year. And then we have Bhavika Agrawal. She will be the management lead. So yes, this is the core team till now. I will be willing to add more members. If you're interested, please feel free to ping me. We will have a discussion over it, and then we can just add more people to our team, right? Talking about the different type of goals that we are going to have. So in terms of the goals, I believe the long-term goals and the short-term goals are a necessity, right? We must have a proper timeline, a proper roadmap for implementing anything and making it a success. And for the same, we have 4 key points that we have kept in our mind for now. The first one is spread awareness about various Google technologies. Now, I have prepared multiple events, multiple webinars and stuff just for you people so that you can learn about the Google technologies. Because I believe Google has its own set of various technologies. It has technologies regarding the machine learning, Android, Flutter, Dart, and then we have Google open source. And a lot can be learned from this. And I just really want you people to, give your best, attend the webinars, get to learn from the experts directly, which is again a great perk, and then hone your skills. So this is going to be our long-term goal, to spread awareness, to make people learn about the Google technologies in the best form. Next thing we have is involve the student community in various technologies. Again, very important. Many of you I know are super shy. You listen to everything, you want to do everything, but sometimes you're not able to express yourself. Sometimes you're not able to come forward and participate in different events. I encourage you all to please come forward, participate in hackathons, watch in virtual events, in webinars, speak for yourself, learn, question everything. And I think that is going to help you indeed, right? Because there are many students in our campus. I have seen them. They're not well aware about different technologies. They're not well aware or well versed with the different core concepts of even the basic things. And especially the first year students, sometimes they're clueless, right, where they need to go. And in the worst cases, they end up wasting some of their essential time in doing things that do not really matter in long term. So my goal primarily, and my team's goal, would be to make you guys aware about them, give you guys a vision to proceed further and learn about the skills that you're most interested in. And definitely you need time to explore different technologies so that you can figure out which one suits you, which one interests you the most, and then you can move forward in learning it in the best possible manner. Then we have the third thing, that we'll have the regular blogs to be published on various tech stack. So there are a lot of different tech stack, right? There is Android, there is machine learning, there is cloud native and Kubernetes, and so on. So we have different people who have expertise in all of them. For example, we have some of our core team members who are really good in C++ programming, and some of them are really good in Android development. So all of us will be collaborating together and writing some blogs that will be published on our official website. I have mentioned it in the chat section. You can access it from there. And yes, you can just go there, learn about them. And definitely internet has nowadays abundance of knowledge, and you can definitely go there, check out videos. But in case you have any issues, in case you need any guidance or collaboration from our side or from your peers, feel free to do that. Okay. The last thing would be to have regular meetups. So we will be definitely hosting regular meetups. Our team will be making sure that we meet you guys virtually as much as we can on regular intervals of time, so that we can get to know about your problems that you might be facing on your end, about any requirement that you might have on your end, any guidance, any support, any event you want us to organize, or maybe you want to organize, so we can all figure it out all together. So feel free to leave your suggestions and views. I again say that. Okay. Then let's talk about the short-term goals. There are a lot of short-term goals that I have planned, and our team will make sure to work on them, starting with events on Google Cloud. I personally believe cloud is the future of mankind. It holds the future, because on cloud you can implement machine learning, you have auto ML, you can have Kubernetes, And most of the application nowadays, even most of the business nowadays, use Google Cloud, right? So it's really important to learn about it. Who knows, you might even get your dream field here, and you might even become a professional in this field, right? So I want you all to explore it. I want you all to participate in the very session we're going to have in future. And probably we are also going to have sessions on using the labs on quick labs. You must have heard about the name quick labs. These are basically the labs for Google Cloud. You can make your projects there. You can use command line interface, and you can also use the GUI for implementing different things. So I think that's really important for you to know, or at least be familiar with that, right? After that, we have events on open source planned for you. Open source is, again, I told you, is one of the most important thing that gives you the opportunity to learn to collaborate on a single code base with multiple developers from around the globe. That gives you the opportunity to connect with people from around the globe. And you will get definitely many mentors and many people who are there to guide you, to simply learn about different technologies. And yeah, open source in itself is a big thing. It has code bases of multiple technologies, multiple projects, and multiple applications that we all use in our day-to-day life. Uh, for example, the OBS studio, or for example, many of the things that are open source. I mean, I cannot remember their name right now, but a lot of them are open sourced, right? And if we do not have open source, then it's going to be a huge problem for all of us, right? So we will be having, sessions on open source. And again, I want to remind you, there are two major programs regarding open source that are hosted by Google every year. The first one is Google Summer of Code, and the second one is Google Summer of Docs. So these two are really great opportunities for each and every one of us to participate and also earn a specific stipend. So yeah, they're pretty prestigious events, and you really have to work hard in order to get in them. And there are going to be several organizations that are going to participate in them, and therein you can, just prove yourselves by contributing to the open source, collaborating, and then yeah, you'll get selected. Then you have events on cloud native planned on. So cloud native, again, is a really important field. Cloud native basically is booming in today's time, and in coming years it is most probably going to boom much more. We have Kubernetes, we have cloud native, we have different applications like Grafana, Prometheus, and so on, Vagrant, for example. These all applications are related to Kubernetes and cloud native. And I'm going to make sure that you all at least get familiar with them, right? Because I've seen many students make really bright future in these cloud native field. And Google definitely offers a lot of facilities and technologies and applications involving cloud native. So yeah. Then the next thing would be events revolving around GitHub and Git contributions. Again, GitHub, we all must have heard about this name, right? But some of us don't know what exactly is GitHub, how to use it, how to open a pull request, how to raise issues, and so on. So I will make sure that we have proper events with live demonstration for making people learn, especially the ones in first year, how to use GitHub, how can you contribute to different projects? Because again, it's a key thing that you must know in order to contribute to open source, right? Because most of the open source projects, in fact, all of them have their code bases on GitHub. And if you don't know how to operate it, you're probably never going to get involved in open source. So it's really important for all of us to have this, right? So yeah, we will have live demonstrations, and there you can learn about it and implement your own stuff and make your own repositories. So then we have career development activities. We're going to have different sessions on career development, where we will be inviting really skilled experts from the industries who have their expertise in different technologies and different fields. And they will be giving us some guidance on building our resumes, building our career in those fields, the common mistakes that we make, and so on. So it's really going to be interesting. And I believe that whenever you have guidance from some experienced people, you definitely get to learn a lot more. Because if you explore each and everything yourself, you're going to get and you're going to end up wasting a lot of time, right? And you might even not get the perfect guidance. You might even not know specific key points that we all often miss. But if we have someone to guide us, then it's going to be really helpful. So looking forward to it. Then we will be building projects. Definitely, we will be making a lot of projects. We will, collaborate with our peers. Again, that teamwork thing. Yeah, so we will be making projects in the virtual hackathons that we're going to have. Then there will be hackathons, as I told you. Then in the end, we have the Google Solution Challenge. So I'll be talking more about this in a particular session that I'm going to have in future. But Google Solution Challenge is something I encourage all of you to participate in. It's super important for us to submit our solutions, innovate, and brainstorm ourselves so that we can get the best version of ourselves working around the real life problems. So that's all for today, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. We really look forward for different type of innovative things from your side for your participation actively in the coming events. We have planned a lot of different webinars. I'll be posting about them. And our team is working constantly to make sure that you all get what you require on your end in terms of guidance, facilities, or maybe some help from your peers and every single thing. So feel free to let us know about it. um, Also, if you guys have any suggestions, you can write here in the chat box right now, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And I really hope that you guys have got a great idea in depth about the vision, about the reason why we have GDSC. And you're also super excited, like me, to have GDSC for the very first time in our campus. So, looking forward to making great projects, learning great stuff, and innovating, being the best technocrats, right? All right, so let me look in the chat section if we have any questions. Okay, so Aditi is asking if we'll be having a hackathons in October. I'm not really sure about the month, Aditi, but I must say that you will definitely be having them. We will have to arrange different things, and we might even need sponsors for that. But anyways, be sure that you're going to have it. So keep developing your skills. And I have planned that in the initial months, at least till November, we will be hosting webinars just to make you guys familiar with different technologies so that you can choose any one of them and start learning it in depth. And then we will be hosting webinars afterwards, so that, hackathons afterwards, so that you can start to implement those things in terms of projects. Because many students of the first year are still not familiar with everything, right? So it's important for us to make sure that people learn about things and then implement them according to their pace. So just for that, yeah. Okay. Soumya has another question. If we'll be meeting the Google employees or the Google experts, yes, possibly, yes. We will make sure that we will try our best to bring the Google experts to our campus virtually. And yeah, let's hope for the best. I will try my best for sure. All right, most of the people are cheering now. They are super excited. And yeah, thank you guys for joining. So I would like to end this session right here. And I really hope you all are excited as much as I am. So see you in the next webinar that we'll be hosting. I'll keep you posted about it. And keep innovating, keep learning, and let's set a legacy for the upcoming batches. Thank you so much for joining.